do I pick? How do I pick my YouTube to be dark? This is dark. What the heck? I want this to be dark. YouTube Studio Beta? Difference. Sure, I'll try it out. Oh. Hey, what's up, guys? Yeah, so, this might not be fun to watch, but I figured I'd stream. Oh, let me fix my monitor. Yeah, because I'm working on a pretty complex system right now. Come on. Yeah, so I'm working on a pretty complex save system. So the premise basically is that if you want to have some data saved to a file in your game, you simply have to come into your object that you want to save, and you add the instance to the save system. And it's kind of hard to explain right this second, but local is what you'll use most of the time. And then you pick the variables you want to save, basically. And you insert them as a string, and that's it. And everything else is handled. It saves whatever variables and whatever objects you want in all of your rooms. And it outputs to a file and can be loaded from a file that can be used on any device that you export to. So yeah, so it's quite complex, and it's complex because I'm trying to make it this easy to use, right? So literally, if you want to save your random enemy state, this is all you do. So this is going in my template project. Yeah, so it's quite hard because there's maps inside of maps inside of maps. And it's really hard to keep track of, so I forgot even where I was at right now. Let's see. And you'll see it saves in a JSON file. This isn't formatted, but this is standard way to save data. Random. Oh yeah, that's what I wanted. Okay, now I do have an issue with. I destroyed an object, and this destroyed value for that object, which is going to be, which one of these is it going to be? It's going to be the one with the least y. So it's going to be this one. Its destroyed variable should be set to 0, but it's not. So that's kind of where I'm at on it right now. And I'll get an error if I close this out, which is fine. I know how to fix that one. So yeah, let me decide. So yeah, you see I have all these maps, DS map. I'll actually show you. I'll print it out in a minute what this actually looks like. I wonder what happens if I do show debug message. Or let's see. Save system handler. Destroy. Save data structure. Let's say game end here. I don't think the destroy event gets called on game end. Whatever. I think GameMaker cleans it up anyway. Let's. What was I doing? Oh yeah, room manager. This is where the actual saving happens. So on room end, I say save system, save room data. Then I show a message with the data. Let me show a debug message. Debug message. I wonder I don't know if GameMaker actually formats the string or not. Let's see. Okay. It's kind of irritating. I'll just close this out and then I can view it. Okay, so I'll paste this into a file so y'all can see what the JSON looks like of your saved object. And this is what I'm having to work with. It's quite hard. I don't know what that is. This has automatic formatting for JSON, right? JSON. View, tools, settings, language, encoding, view, plugins, converter, no. Come on, this doesn't have a freaking format. Plugin command. Oh, whatever. I know it does. Notepad++ is the bomb. Where is my... Whatever. I'll use Visual Studio Code because I know it does. What? Literally went here. Okay. So all you have to do here is say new file. Say something.json. Oh no, I misspelled. Rename. Damn. New file. Something.json. There we go. And now should be able to command palette format selection. There we go. All right, sweet. There we go. So this is what your JSON files look like with this save system. So for example, if I had more rooms, it would look like this. So let's say this would be level 2. And basically the instances that you specify should get saved in here, which is gonna be pretty sweet. No. So, wow, what is all this crap? Okay. So that's where I'm at. And I need to figure out why in the world my stuff's not getting updated. Right here. I say else if A equals instance number, current object index, ds map replace, current variable map, destroyed with true. That should work. If A equals, let's see, let's get here and see what happened. Wait, yeah, let's get here and let's do show message. This is how I debug, by the way, show message. I should probably use the actual debugging tool, but honestly, it's not. They made a ton of improvements. It's much better in the newer version, but it still has its issues. Like, I was doing a debug, and it stopped here, breakpoint, and my if statement was false, and in any other IDE, when you hit next, it would skip the rest of this code block. But GameMaker took me to this line, and it read this code anyway, so yeah, don't like it. So let's show a message and say instance not exist. Okay, so basically what I'm doing is looping through. Basically, when these objects get created in the room, let me explain it. I want to see if this works. Yeah, it didn't work. So something's happening here. Why is it doing that? If A, let's show message here. This should show us 3 messages. Instance variables saved, basically updated. And now we should see that message 3 times. Yeah, when we move to the next room. What? I'm confused. This is why this is a pain in the butt. Okay, so I actually think I am going to use the debugger. So if you guys haven't seen the debugger before or used it, you're about to learn. So I'm going to get here to this point. You can put breakpoints by clicking the side of your editor. So when your code actually gets here, it's going to stop and it's going to let you examine the values of the variables. So I'm going to hit debug. Oh, what happened? I moved my debugger. So let's see. I'm going to hit new game. I'm just going to wait for it to stop me. So I'm going to hit F1 to move to the next room. And there we go. So now we're here. And our code stopped. You'll see we're not actually at the next room. It's waiting because it's paused. So we should be able to examine these. So I have current object index, which is -1 right now, and that's not good. Asset get index. Key parsed values 0. So this is not working. -1, -1. Instance number. And I hate GameMaker in this case because it should throw me an error or say something, but it doesn't. It's just gonna let it go. And anyway, you can move into your code. If let's see, where's the I guess F11? Yeah, I guess so. And you'll see you can go line by line and examine these values. So instance of current object is going to be, shoot, what is that? X start 0, Y start 0. So I think that's giving me a generic current object index. I wonder what instance number is going to give me. Can I evaluate this? See, I don't like this. I should be able to see what this is evaluating to, but I can't. I don't like that. Okay, and then it exited. Okay, so what happened is it's not getting the correct... Okay, it's not getting the correct, where is it? Current object index. So this isn't working. Asset get index, key parsed values. So what I'm gonna do, oh, I should have read this. Why did I not read this? Key parsed values. Okay. Yeah, let's go ahead and read this and see what happens. So I'm going to do show message. And I'm just going to copy paste this. By the way, this weird line in this array is an accessor for a list. So if you're using a list, and if you don't know what a list is, think of a grocery list. You can have multiple items in it. This is a way to access a value. It's kind of like an array that you're accessing, but since it's a list, not an array, you have to specify that little line bar. So now I'm going to show a message. This is how I debug everything, basically. Show message. So we should get a message with the key parsed value here, which is random enemy. Oh, it actually has the semicolon. Okay, so that's really frustrating. Okay, so I used a script I found online, obviously, and it's not what I expected it to be. So let's go fix that script. Should be under utility systems string. Where's that? String to list. Okay, this needs to go under utility. Okay. String to list. Okay, so this is will return a list of each number if char equals. It didn't return a string of each number though. It returned a freaking. Okay, so what I expected. Okay, given this string, if you had a string of 1, 5, and 10, separated by commas, you would expect. Here, let me fix something actually. I have an idea of what it might be. So I'm generating this key, which should be here, generate instance key. Plus string, no, never mind. I thought I was putting the delimiter at the end too. So I have this delimiter, which by the way is just a semicolon. So I have a map basically, right? And maps have a key, okay? And the key is a string. So this is the key and it has some value, right? So if I ever wanted to access this value, 199, I would use map And I would use this accessor, kind of like the list accessor. And I would say, hey, return me the value whose key is equal to key. And this would return 199. Would return 199. And that's how maps work. And you can't have duplicate keys. So if you had this, code, then when you called this would return 200. Because this would replace the original value. So the keys have to be unique. So how I'm saving the objects is I'm using the object's name, which is actually like random enemy over here. And then I put a delimiter, which is basically a way to separate values in a string. So it looks something like this, right? Random enemy. And then I put plus delimiter, this is just a constant that I've made. And so it inserts that delimiter, and then it gets the instance of this object's X start position, because that's never going to change unless someone actually does change it, and I need to find a way around that actually. So random, and then it'll put like the X start, which could be like 120. Then it inserts another delimiter, and then it gets the Y starting position of that. So like that. And that would be the key of this object, okay? But I used the script because I want to separate these values out so I can get this random enemy, right? And I called this script, and it returned me. I expected this. I expected this to be the string that it returned out of this string, but instead it returned this. So I'm not getting what I wanted to get. So I need to fix that. Which I don't know if that's the script or something I'm doing wrong. And prop delimiter. See, this is where I set my delimiter. And if you guys haven't used macros, they're awesome. Little tip for you guys. I keep giving you guys tips instead of working. Macro. Think of a macro as this. It's not like a variable necessarily, okay? I hope it works like this in GameMaker, because it works like this in like C. Basically, let's say... Actually, yeah, I think we could test this. If I used inst prop delimiter here... what's another way? Let me show you this example. Macro. I haven't actually tried this in GameMaker, so if this works, it works how I think it works. Okay, so I did macro equals and then the equal sign, and then I'm going to replace this equal sign with equals. And nope, it's going to give me an error. Please, just let me do it. Let me see if it compiles. What script is this in? System init. Yeah, so it actually worked. Okay, so it does do what I think it does. Yeah, it works exactly how I think it works. So this isn't actually a variable, okay? This is actually when GameMaker starts compiling your code. Yeah, when GameMaker, sorry, I keep getting off track because my mind's everywhere. When GameMaker starts compiling your code, it generates, basically, let's say it generates a script. So as it's interpreting this, firstly, it goes through all your scripts and looks for these macros, okay? When it finds these macros, it'll go through your scripts again, all of them. And I could use this in any script and anywhere, by the way, any of these values, they're global, basically. And it actually replaces this equals with this actual value here, okay? So your code gets compiled, and after it's compiled, it still looks like this, okay? But yeah, you could do weird stuff like this. Just kind of cool, actually. It's going to give you this, though, because the IDE is saying, hey, that's weird, we don't expect it. But it let me compile it still. Kind of cool, if you think about it. But yeah, so that's what macros are. They aren't actually variables. They're just replacements for stuff. So actually, that makes me wonder. I just went into another thing of how this is generated. Oh, okay. So yeah, this gets replaced at compile time by this basically. Yeah. So it's exactly the same thing. Kind of confused me for a minute though. Okay, so anyway, back to it. What was I doing? Add instance, generate new key. I need to fix the way this thing works. I'm actually going to test one more little thing out here because I think this is broken. I might have to fix it. And if it's broken on this GML scripts website. So let me go ahead and test this out by let's open up our game loader. We'll say on its create event. This is where we'll test it out. Just test it out at the top here. Go ahead and maximize this, and I'm just gonna say test string equals, let's do like some numbers separated by a comma. And then I'm gonna do string list equals, because when I insert this into the script, it's gonna give me a list of items separated by the comma, okay? So if I do string to list, then I pass in my test string, and then I say, hey, these are gonna be separated by commas, then it should give me a list, and then I could say ds list right. Oh yeah, that's not gonna give me what I want. So I have to iterate through this list now. So I say for I equals 0, I is less than string list dot size. Oh wait, ds list size string list I plus plus, and then I simply do show message, and I'm going to show string list. Then remember, I can access a list value just like this, and I'm going to give it the ith position. Okay, and it's going to show me messages, and it should, I believe it should read 123 123 54 325 without any commas. That's what I would expect this script to do, but it includes the comma, of course. And that's not what we want. We want it to exclude the comma. So let's fix it. I don't like this script. Who wrote this? I want to get onto them. Ugh. Don't copy and paste things offline, guys. It'll make you spend hours of time doing this. Okay, so it starts at the first position, and in other languages, when you're reading through a string of characters, it starts at 0. Like if you had a string like this, the character at position 0 would be S, but in GameMaker, it's not like that. The character at position 1 is S, which makes sense to some people, unless you're used to using, yeah, whatever. And they set var I equal to 1 here. I should just rewrite this. I feel like this is not going to be good. Okay, so var I is there. Okay, then we have var I equals 1. Less than string length. I think that's what we want. Yep, that's what we want. I plus plus for each iteration. String 1 equals string character at. By the way, if you write a script, don't do this. String 1, string 2. Put some context to it. Like, I don't know what string 1 means. Like, if we go through my scripts, I mean, I know they're really complicated, but expected key, where I live is a variable name. That's what room that the current object that's running this code is in, where I live. The expected key, var to add, variable to add, you know, make some, like, this isn't hard to write. Don't use acronyms and stuff, it's bad. Okay, back to it. String 1 equals string character at, string temp is the full string that you pass into the script, okay? String temp, so it gets the first character, that's fine. String 2 is string 2 plus string 1. You don't have to do this, you can say plus equal string 1. I believe, hopefully you can do that with strings in GameMaker. String 1, so string char at. String 2 plus equals string 1. You know what? I'm going to rename this. There's no reason not to. Am I allowed to mess with this? Whatever. It's basically going to be a new script when I'm done with it anyway. So string 1 equals... This is current character. So I'm going to name it current char. Current char, current char. If current char equals argument 1, or, okay, so here's the issue. Argument 1, which should be a var up here as well, delimiter equals argument 1. Let's see, replace that. Puts more context to it. String temp, let's name it string to divide. Okay. See how this is already making more sense? And then I like to line up these little equal sign guys just because I'm OCD. Okay. So we have current char, final string. I believe that's what this is going to be. So let's see. So we have string to divide, delimiter, which is the actual, the character, like this would be the delimiter. Okay, that's what a delimiter is. So we have string 2, which we don't want. We named that final string. So replace that. Okay. Okay, so we have current character equals the current iteration, basically I. The final string plus equal the current character. But here's the issue. It's adding this comma in before it returns that list, basically before it exits. So you actually need to do this. It's really simple. Use else final string plus equal this. So basically, let's see, ds list add. Why is it setting final string to 0 here? Or to empty? String, oh, okay. It's resetting it, that's fine. So it's saying if the current character that it found up here equals the delimiter, which is the comma in this case, or I equals the string length, which basically it's at the end of the string that you're trying to cut up, then it adds it to the final string to the list, and then it resets it. In any other case, then it'll add the current character to the final string. So this should work. The script was just not written well. So let's go ahead and try it again. Don't copy and paste offline. And what's scary is this is the first script I've tested out of all these I've copied. So let's see. 1, 2, 3. That's what we wanted. 1, 2, 3, 5. Yep, that's exactly what we wanted. So let's see if random enemy, whatever all this is. Okay, let's copy and paste this save data string again. So this is actually going to be your save file when you use this. And let's paste. And it's formats. And we still didn't get the freaking destroyed variable. Okay. Well, we got one problem fixed. One problem fixed. Okay. So this string, or this script now works. I can safely use it. My music's loud? Please tell me. It's kind of loud in my ears. Alrighty, so where were we? So I have all these save functions. So yeah, if you're just joining in, I'm writing the save functionality for my basically template project framework. And I'm making it so it's really easy to save games. And it's something that you'll be able to use for any device, Mac, mobile, anything. So it's going to be this easy to use. You add your instance to, you just add your instance that you want to persist, basically save, and you add the variables that you want to make sure they're saved. Okay. My issue, save room data. We're still here. This is not working. So let's run our debug mode again. And remember, we're going to stop at that breakpoint. So we stop at the breakpoint. I need to get rid of that. So I'm going to delete that, hit F1. Random enemy. Oh yeah, we're at the breakpoint. Object index is 1. Is that what we want? How do I know object index? Object index. Yeah, you can see all this stuff down here, by the way. It's pretty sweet. Built-in vars. ID. What is this? Current object index. That's what I want. I can label this as an instance, or can I not? Why? Why can't I? Should be able to tell me what this is if I say instance. It's not a map. It's not a real. What are y'all doing to me here? Oh, wait. Oh, yeah. Current object index. Asset get index. It should be an instance. Instances. Correctly initialized. Built-in vars. ID. Object index 4. These are all the built-in variables for an object, by the way. It's way too many. Let's see. How do I see this? Oh well, let's see our save data map. I can say it's a map, and you can see I can open it up now, and I can open up these. So I can actually see my map that's being created for my save data. So I have a level as my key. This is obviously level 1. If you go to gameplay, there's level 1, 2, and 3. We haven't got to level 2, so it doesn't have any save data for it, obviously. So it just saves it when you actually add save data to it. So the one I deleted, by the way, should be the one with the least Y value. And the Y value is the second little thing over here, so it should be this one. And you'll see destroyed is 0. And that's not what we want. So let's keep going. Let's hit continue here. Or no, not restart. Enable real-time debugging. I don't know what that does, actually. Interesting. So yeah, let's go hit F11 a few times. See what happens here. X start 0, 0. So this is still not. Okay, let's see. Instance find. X start. Y start. Yeah, it's not getting what I think it should be getting. Oh, you know what? The instance number is not going to work in this case. Ugh. So I'm counting instance number, but that instance doesn't exist in my room anymore. So instead, I need to use instance find. Okay, so let me explain my issue so you're not lost at what's happening. What I'm doing is when we exit the room. Okay, so when you create save data, which let's see it. Let's say you have a random enemy. Okay, and you do this stuff. This adds this instance to a map, and this happens in the create event, right? So if you have 3 of these in a room, they're all going to call that functionality. So you'll notice that I have 3 in my first room, and you'll see I have 3 random enemies generated here. Okay, and these are the key in this map, and they all map to another. Oh shoot, I don't have it open anymore. But basically, it has those variables that you save inside of it. But when I destroy one of the objects, it doesn't actually destroy it here. Instead, it sets a variable that would be in here called destroyed to true, okay? Or it's supposed to. Well, actually, it doesn't happen when you destroy the object. It only happens when you basically move on to the next room. You want to save the data inside this room. Then what I'm trying to do is cycle through each of these and find the instance associated with this key. and see if it exists anymore. And if not, then I need to update it that it's destroyed inside this map. Yeah, let me show you so you know what I'm talking about. So we have new game. I hit okay. I destroyed that one, right? So I hit F1. And if we go to the JSON, here we go. So that one that I destroyed on the save, it should update to something like this, which is true, by the way. You see it's a decimal. Well, the word true in GameMaker is literally equal to that decimal value. It's just a constant. It's not actually a real Boolean value. Anyway, yeah, this should be getting updated. I'm trying to figure out a way, because I think what I have now is not... I'm running through the instance number, and obviously it's not going to find the instance that doesn't exist anymore in the map, okay? So I think what I need to do instead is run through all of the values in the map. I'll do it in reverse and try to find an instance associated with that value, right? Either that, yeah, let's do that. So I need to write this function out. Instead, right now, like I said, I'm cycling through all the instances in the room, which is not going to work because the instance that I'm looking for to update to destroyed isn't there anymore. So instead, what I'm going to do, so all this is going away. Yeah, actually, all of this is going away. Okay. Can I actually multi-line comment? That didn't work. I don't guess you can. Okay, so let's do it. So I need to cycle through all the keys in the map. Okay. That's what I'm doing here. Asset get index. So this is actually all the keys in the map. Oh, so I am doing it correctly. I'm cycling through all instance keys in the map. So what I'm doing is I'm going to this key and I'm grabbing this data and I'm comparing this data to all the alive instances, right? So what I need to do is if this alive instance is not found, I need to update destroyed. I feel like that's what I was doing. So I'm going through all the instances. What am I missing here? I'm moving through all of the instances. And if the current key is not found, which if it is found, it updates that instance. And then it breaks out of this for loop. And then I'm checking, hey, am I on the last instance? And if so, should I do instance number -1? Wait. Current object index. Current object index. That's fine. Instance of current object equals instance find current object at A. Yeah, let's try -1. Sometimes you just have to do this weird stuff. So delete. Let me delete one of these other guys. Something got updated here. Yeah, something got updated. If I drag this over to this and then hit format selection. Yep, that worked. See, now it says, hey, this object's destroyed. So if you were to load your game at this point, I'm going to implement the load system next, but basically your load system is going to say, when you start a room, it's going to check all of the instances in your room, and if that instance value is destroyed, then it's going to destroy that instance, basically. It's kind of gross, though, because here's the issue. I just thought of this. What if... This is kind of annoying. What if you're destroyed... When you destroy an instance, it like throws some sparks or something, like on instance destroy. Then in this case, when we call instance destroy, it's actually going to throw those sparks and stuff, even though you're just loading the game. Oh, what a problem. The alternate method would be to only... I don't know what the alternate method is. I was saying you could only create the instances, but if you make your game and you place some objects down in it, like you want to build them in the room editor, how are you not going to create these? Right? How are you... Ugh. Yeah, how are you not going to create these? So if I were to load the game, but these two objects were dead, but I'm loading a new game, like I went to work, come back home, start the game up, that this load file loads, it runs through it and says, oh, this was destroyed when we saved the data. How do I not even create it here? That doesn't make sense. I don't like it. Oh well, I'm gonna go with this system for now. I mean, there are ways, there's ways like in your destroy event, you could say, if destroyed is false, then yeah, you'd say if destroyed equals false, then do the spark code or whatever. But the whole point of this system is I don't want anyone to have to, you don't have to set a bunch up. You just do this. That's all I want. So I'll figure this out, that part out later. And let's just get through the, stuff. The crappy stuff. Okay. What was I doing? Where was I even at? Oh yeah, we just got that thing to work, but I have a feeling. Let me try to destroy all of them and see what happens. So let's do new game. Okay, let's destroy this one this time, because this is one that was giving me issues, right? Something got destroyed. I don't feel like... It's the same one, I think. 704... 352. 704, 352. Don't worry about those errors. Yeah, it's the same object. It's like not cycling through all the instances. What's going on here? Instance find, current object index, which isn't going to change, and A. Wait, am I in the... What's happening? Let's run the debugger. We can actually see... Oh, no. Oh. Okay, so I put a breakpoint down. Let's actually see what's happening here. Okay, so our A is equal to 0. A++. Current object index is 1. Okay. Then I say instance find. So if I continue here, instance of current object equals instance find A is 0. That's fine. And this returned 100004, and we can actually see what that is if we open this up, I believe. Come on, show me the instances. Oh, over here? Come on. Come on, GameMaker, what are you doing? Okay, so we have 10004, that is the random enemy. That's correct. That's what we wanted. We can actually see the variables. X0, this is the one that's getting destroyed. So let's see what happens. So we hit F11, we continue. Then we say else if A equals instance number of this. What does that even equate to? Whatever. It didn't equal it. So A is going to get increased. And then now A equals 1, so it should find a new instance. Yeah, it does. 100006, which is now this random enemy. And that's correct. Okay. So now we're saying else if A equals instance number minus 1. Let's see. Yeah, it went in here. That's correct. DS map replace. Current variable map 5. Okay. A instance 10006. Okay. That worked. A++. Instance number. It should be done. Oh. Okay. DS map find next. Okay. So now we're back up here. That's what we wanted. All right. Oh, let me step out of here. It went into the function. How do I step out? Shift F11. Okay, so now we're back here. Show message. Random enemy. Okay, this is getting these values. Object Y 35. That's not correct. Is that what it did in my JSON? That's not right. Okay. Instance find. Okay. Current object. It did not increment. This didn't increment. That's the same object. It's checking again. R instance of current object. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, that's what we want. That's what we want. Oh, man, I am going crazy. Okay, so... What is 10006? Let's see. Let's check out the let's check out this. We have destroyed 352. So we're gonna find next. There we go. Let's see what the key parsed values is. I want to see this. Globals. Where's that? Key parsed values. Shift F11. Key parsed values. This is a list. Okay, so we have random enemies. 70435. Who is this? It's not parsing it correctly. Like at all. So that script is still messed up. Yeah, that script is messed up. Okay, so it's stripping off the last number. It should be 350, right? You could see it here. Let me close this out. See, it should be 352, not 350. So it's not, this script is still wrong. Less than string length. Less than or equal to, no, that should be current character equals delimiter. Oh. So I'm not adding this, this would be, because I don't have a delimiter at the end. So my string looks like this. Object, semicolon, number, semicolon, number, okay? Now, I don't have another semicolon at the end. So this final character is not getting added right here, right? Because this else isn't working. So what I need to do is I need to see if current character equals delimiter or I equals, basically I just need to do a check in here. I just need to check for this. If, basically, if you're at the end of the string, you still need to add that final character, basically. I have repeated code right here and here though. Did I do something wrong? If current character equals delimiter, else add this. Yeah, I think this should work. So yeah, this script just isn't what it was advertised to be. All right, now we should get somewhere. Let's make sure we're parsing the string right, first of all. Okay, 2, 3. And then we hit delete. I hit F1 to move to the next room. And we are here. Okay, let's see what happened. Where did we parse the string? Have we even done that yet? Yeah, we did. We did up here. Key parsed values. So let's check those again in the variables. And we go to our key parsed values, and you'll see we have our full actual value now. That's what we wanted. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and hit continue and see what we come up with. Continue. Okay. Hit continue one more time. Oh, I'm restarting the game. What? What? Okay, let's not do debug mode. I don't know what I just did. Why would I restart the game? Or is it restarting that code? I don't know. Yeah, let's delete. F1. Okay, now we have this new thing. Let's see if it worked this time. Okay, then we do boom. We do boom. Control F. Oh, that didn't work. I thought Control F would work. Alt Shift F. Let's try Alt Shift F. Alt Shift F. There we go. Sweet. Give me a break here. This is disgusting. It's disgusting. What happened? I'm legitimately... Did I put like -1 somewhere? Like randomly earlier? I think I did. Hold on. -1 here. I don't think that's what I wanted. Let's hit it again. Oh, wait, I think instance number would be 1, 2. If a equals... Yeah, actually it does need to be -1. My bad. Yeah, so we got to go back into debug mode and see what happened. Oh, man. Here we go, new game. Delete this bad boy, go to the next room. We're going to stop at our breakpoint. Okay, now we examine things. Let's go to our variables. We could see that our key parsed values is exactly what we wanted. 704, blah, blah, blah. Current object index, I guess that's correct. We have data objects, empty structure. Oh yeah, we didn't add anything there yet. Then we have these, 0, 0, 0. Okay, this is our saved data map. So we have a key, data objects, key, game room. Our game rooms have multiple keys. We have a level. And then it has keys, basically a mapping of instances. And let's move on. And then this found instance 104, that's fine. And it so happened that 104, we can actually examine this. 100004. X position 704, and the X position we're seeing if it equals is 704, and the same with the Y. So in this case, it should update its variables. That's good. Shift F11, we'll get out of there. F11, break, DS map, find next. So we did the break, so it didn't execute the rest of this code. And it's gonna go back again, which is fine. We're about to go back up top. It's good. How do you skip? Step over function, yep. Show message, whatever. Okay, and let's examine our... Where is it? I want to examine these. Like our key parsed values. How do I get... Variables, there we go. Key parsed values. 704, 352. It's the same object. Key parsed values. It's the same object. Current instance key. Current instance key. Find first. Yeah, let's see. That current instance key should change. It's not changing. Find next. So this is finding the next. Should be finding the next in the room map. which is going to be game rooms level 1. This is the room map, I believe. Let's make sure. Current room map equals system save get room map. Yeah. So wait. Get room map. Yeah, this should be this entire map is what it should be. And we can actually see that actually. Current room map. It's a DS map. So we can actually see here. Yeah. So that room map contains all of the values. It should be going to the next. Okay, it should move. Oh! I'm not saving this. Oops. Whoa, did I just open something? I'm not saving this. I need to do this. So I actually have to save what this returns into a variable. There we go. God. Oh. But it seems you don't want the enemies in the room to begin with. You're looking to eventually have them later. Hey, handy tips. Yeah. The issue is, okay, picture it. Hold on. Oh, why is my camera not working? Okay. All right, picture it. This is a framework for a game. It's not my game, okay? So this is something that you could use, right? And you want to implement a save system into your game, right? Okay, so you could have, if I did it the way you're saying, procedurally generated or don't place the enemies, you'd have to program a system to place the enemies to even use this save system, right? So what I'm trying to do is make it to where you can do something this simple. You can open up this project, start making your game. When you're ready to implement saving, you can go into the object that you want to be able to be saved and have its data saved, and you can simply do this. So you can do this in any instance, right? So random enemy, type this code in. That's all that I have. With the framework that I'm building, that's it. That's all it does, right? So that maybe that destroy issue, that it can be prevented pretty easily. Maybe it's minimal, but I'm gonna try to think of a way to, minimize it. Try to do it without the destroy. But basically, yeah, you could build your game as normal, or you could like import your game or import this into your game. And then all you'd have to do is this, and you would have a save system across all devices that GameMaker can export to. So that's the goal, is to make a global save system. And this is all you do. This is how you use it. It's this easy, or will be this easy when I'm done. I just started working on it today, so. Oh wait, I'm like showing you the screen. This is what you want. So that easy. This is all you have to write for the save system to work. So there's no boilerplate. You might have to do something in the destroy event to, check, but yeah. I'll think of a way. Don't worry. Oh yeah, so let's run it, because I think I fixed it. I mean, I fixed a problem. Let's see what happens. New game. Okay, I'm gonna delete, yes, top one, because it keeps giving me issues. I hit F1 to move to the next map. We get this JSON output, and let me copy and paste it, and so we could see it better. Copy, go over here, paste, and we get this deleted. Is that the right one? 384, 256 was the coordinates. Let's go to our level. 351 should be right. Wait, or should it be here? Or should it be here? I don't know. 351, 286. Where's it getting those values from? What's my... Is that correct? Oh, 384, 256. I got it wrong. So 384. I'm looking down here at the lower left, by the way, if you wonder what I'm doing. Yeah, that's right. 384, 256. So that's the one I deleted. So now I'm going to delete 2 and see what I get. Let's see what happens. Close that. So let's see what happens. New game. Let's delete 2. Then we hit F1, and we should get 2 instances destroyed. in our save map. So this is your actual save file that you'll have generated. Let's see, boom, boom. I did open that, okay. There you go, 2 of them destroyed. Those are the correct ones actually too. So that works. Now we can use this destroyed variable to destroy our instance, okay? So now I guess what's left is game loading, but first I want to get rid of these errors that I was getting. So yes, saving works now, or saving a level. I'm not actually saving to the file yet, I'm just saving the level's data, okay? I need to get rid of this debug stuff too, it's annoying. Okay, so if I delete this and I change level. Okay, so save room data, show message, current room map. It's not found. Where's this at? Save system room data. So I think I know why this is happening. Hope you guys don't mind if I make it text a little bit smaller. So let me see the chat. Okay, so I think what's happening is I haven't created that map for that room yet, because how the map is actually created for each per room is when you actually add a variable. So when you actually add an instance to be saved for that room, that's when this gets called, and this actually will create the room if it doesn't exist inside the map. Create the basically reference to the room. So on save data, I need to, and I don't have any objects in my second room that add data, so it's throwing an error. So I need to check to see if it exists first, basically. So what we do is current room equals, wait, save system, save room data. Actually, it's going to create the room. It's actually going to create the room. Let me get rid of some debug messages here. I had game loader call some stuff. Yeah, like this. It's my test string. Okay. Let me run this one more time. Read the error message once again. New game. Okay, so I'm at the second level right now, level 2, and we don't have any instances to save. Wait, I'm confused. What? See what our file looks like. I'm really confused what happened. So this third line should be our final save file after the game finished. So we have level 3, level 1, level 2. Those are null, obviously, because we didn't save anything to them. Why was I getting errors? I didn't even know GameMaker used null. Wow. Usually doesn't use null. I still feel like I don't need to save these values inside this map if they don't have objects to save in the room. So what script gets called again? Save room data gets called. So current so for the save room data, there should already be instances created that saved room data. So what we're going to do here is I'm just going to say if, what does this do exactly? The room key is this. So let me copy and paste this. Oh, I'm getting lost in the GUI of GameMaker. Come on. All right, here we go. Oh, I'm so lost. Where am I at? All right, here we go. So, that's going to be my key, and I'm just going to do if DS map exists. I'm going to say if the map does not exist, and I'm going to just do this. This is the key of the map, is the room name. And if the room does not exist in our map, that means no instances added values to it. So what we're going to do is just say return. Okay. And that's going to not do any of this other stuff. Okay. And I have a parentheses missing or something. There we go. That's it. I don't even need these. Get rid of that. Get rid of, or exit if the room has no data saved in it. Okay. So this should mean our resulting string, our resulting JSON file, should not contain rooms 2 or 3 because they don't have any enemies. So we have won the game. And let's see how it works. Oh, come on. I'm like so lost here. Okay, it should be this one, this little guy. And I can already tell you it works because it's as short as the other ones. There you go. So now we only have level 1. But if we place an enemy, let's say in level 3, let's go ahead and do that. Let's place enemy. Let's do one random enemy to test those edge cases. Edge cases are like on the edge of something happening. I don't know how to explain it exactly. So if there's only one instance, or you have like a maximum amount of instances, you want to test it at its maximum amount as well. So you want to test it at its minimum amount, which is 0. And then technically 1 could be an edge case 2. I know that's confusing. All right, so let's delete an instance, different one than we have before. And no enemies here in level 2. So it should, our save file should not contain level 2. And level 3 has an enemy. Let's go ahead and delete the enemy. And now let's see what our JSON file looks like at the end. I feel like something's wrong here. Don't know. No? Looks like it worked. Okay, there we go. So we have level 3 now. And we have our random enemy that was destroyed. By the way, this value is true if you didn't hear my explanation later. This is how GameMaker uses booleans. When you type true out, it's a constant for this number. Okay, and I destroyed that one right there in the first room. That's correct. Sweet. This is awesome, guys. I don't think... You might not fully understand how awesome this is. The system's going to be super flexible. So you see how I have game rooms? You'll have all types of different... You can specify these basically different types of saves, okay? So data objects, for example, I'm using for persistent objects. So these game rooms are basically like instances that can exist multiple times throughout your game in different rooms, right? You want the data for those rooms to be saved separately per room, okay? Well, data objects are maybe like managers that are persistent and they're throughout your entire game. You don't want to save their data per room. You just want to save their data like as one. There's only one of them, and I don't know how to explain it necessarily. But yeah, you'll be able to add these dynamically. So you can add different types of save files. I can't think of a reason you'd want to off the top of my head, but the option's there. And the X and Y values we have. Okay, and let me show you how easy it is to add a new variable using this system. So if I wanted to go to my random enemy and he had an image angle, right? I wanted to save his image angle. I guess to do system, save system, add local var, and then I type in image angle. Is there a way that I can actually get the name of this? I think when you pass this image angle into a script, it just passes the value. So I think you have to pass it by string no matter what, which kind of sucks. But so I add image angle here. Guess what? Let's go ahead and set his image angle to be a random number. Random 360. Guess what? His image angle will now be saved as well when they leave the room. Let's test it out. What? Oh. I know what's happening. Hold on. I think, yeah. So the origin was at the top left, so it was actually the collision mask was off. That's quite odd that it didn't actually rotate the collision mask too. So let's do middle center as its rotate point. So when I was clicking, it wasn't doing anything because the collision mask wasn't where I was clicking. So let's try again. Okay, so let's delete these two. We hit F1. And let's see what the JSON looks like. So there should be an image angle attached as well now. There we go. You have your image angle also saved. It's that easy to add variables that you want to be saved. And next we're going to load values. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and read some comments real quick. Did the randomize? Why did it give me random numbers? Yeah, I forgot about the randomize thing, but now I wonder why it didn't give me different values for the image angles. Or is it just per instance? It probably uses the instance to make the random number, maybe? I don't know. I get what you're saying, though. I do need to call that. Oh, you're saying, yeah. The seed probably uses the instance or something, or position to make the random number. That's probably why they're different. Good catch. Let's... Well, I don't need... Yeah, I won't be using this in this project necessarily, but yeah. You're correct about that. So we need to load game now. I think the save works. Like, I think it works. Surprisingly. I think I need to separate these out into local and global functions, so you don't actually... yeah, add room, add instance, local var, get room map. I don't know exactly which one should be global. Let me go ahead and make my global folder. Global functions. The global function, since we have no way of in GML to specify like who owns what functions, the most I could really do is put them in folders and hope people know not to use them if they're in the local. So let's see. Add instance is a global. Init is a global function. System add room. That's a local function. Add local var. That's a global function. I also need to make this taking in an array of values, so you don't actually have to call 3 different ones here. You could just do a comma and put in all the values you want. I'm going to do that next, or later. Get room map. That's a local function. And save room data. That's a global function. Okay, there we go. Again, this is going to be in my framework, my GML framework. So yeah, it does definitely use the ID as part of the seed, or something along with the properties of the object, for sure. Let's see here. Okay, so now I need to load data. Well, I need to persist data to the drive first. Well, I'm trying to think of all the issues. Throw some scenarios out for me if you guys can. Ways you would use this in a game. Think of a game that you are working on or you've worked on where you use save data, and throw some scenarios on how it's used. Like, what if you... Okay, if you didn't want the instance's data to be saved, you just wouldn't put that code in it, right? Yeah, I mean, you just wouldn't put this in it. Like if you wanted your rooms to always start out the same way, you just wouldn't use this. And then you would just use stuff like you could have, if you were wanting to save, I don't know, just an inventory system. Like if you had an inventory manager, then you would just tell the inventory manager to have its stuff saved, right? So yeah. And, oh, I need to test out the manager, the way these work. Crap. Global functions. Okay, so when I do add instance, I have a type of instance, and you could specify that it's a singleton. And in that case, yeah, let's go ahead and do this. So I want to save the data of the room manager, okay? I want to save the current room. Let's see if this works. I just want to know basically the room that the game ended on, okay? So how do I do this? I simply do save system, add instance, and I say ID, and I just do singleton. It tells you down here, by the way, exactly what to use. And then I'm going to do save system, add local variable, and I'm going to add. Does this work? Is this... I don't know if this works because room is a global variable, right? It's not... Yeah, room is global. Huh, let's see if it works. I don't know if it'll work like this. Because it's technically going to be calling room manager dot room. Does that work even? No, that doesn't work. I don't think it worked. Let's see. This will be very interesting. Oh yeah, let me read your comment in a second. I'm not ignoring it. Okay. Data object, global variable name, data objects, not set before reading it. Oh. Dang it. So my save system handler. Is not being created first. Is there any reason that it shouldn't be created first? Okay. So what's going to happen is basically save system handler. Is this a singleton? Yeah, singleton. How do I want to make this create first? Okay, let's go to my game loader. Singletons equals dslist create. So it's not creating this one first. So while true, not object, if not object exists, okay. dslist add singletons. So maybe I just do this, and so what I'm doing currently is I'm actually finding everything that inherits from singleton from the resource tree, and it's creating that automagically. But because of that, I don't have any control over actually what order they're created in, right? So in that case, since the room manager is trying to initialize itself, it's not working. So what I can do is I could just go into my loading room. Game loader. Where's my actual save? Where's my save guy? Oh, he's gonna. So what I can actually do. Yeah. Okay. So easy solution. Kind of don't want to put this into the framework because I want to give people the option of having the save system handler. I'll find a way to find it. Let's just test it for now. Okay. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm just going to create it before everything else. I'm just going to say, DS list add. I'm just going to do DS list add. What am I even doing here? What is I? The position? Wait, what? Why am I? Oh, I'm adding the ID. I see. So I'll do here and not instance exists. What? Object is, what is I? Why is this confusing me so much? I is the ID. So I think I could just use I. If not instance exists, I, then we add it to our list. Okay, so all I need to do basically is just say instance create layer, just create it 0, 0, create it at default, and then create the save system handler. So this should create it before all the other ones, right? I could actually do a priority queue, and you could actually have the option of setting maybe a priority for the that's what I'll do later on when I have time. You can actually, in your managers that you want automatically created, you could set the priority, or basically the order you want them to be created in. This is called from the room manager on room start, whatever. Alrighty, so let's delete a couple of these guys, and let's go to the end of the game. Okay, so now remember, I had the room manager, and I want to see if it saves the current room, basically the ending room that we were on, so it should save level 3 as its value. And we are going to find out right now. I don't think it did, guys. I'm gonna be super sad. Ah, it didn't. Wait, room manager. Wait, why is loading room here? Oh, because I created it. Wait, why would it have... Why would it be there? Anyway, room manager. Our value did not get saved, guys. Save system handler. Let's try saving the image angle. See what happens. See if it's because we're saving that weird room thing. I don't know. Could be it. Alright. I'm just going to look at it down here this time. I'm not going to copy paste it because I could see it. Room manager. It's not there. So why? Why? Add local var. Var to add, if not variable exists. ID, where I live. Oh, where I... That's not what I was... What? Var to add, if variable not exists, where I live equals get room map. So that's not what I wanted at all. So what I need to do is I need to say add instance, type of instance equals singleton, Oh, by the way, this needs to be double equals. Bad. Okay, image angle. Basically what's happening is this local var, this stuff's not working because the singleton isn't supposed to belong to a room. It's supposed to be on its own. So, show debug message, ds map replace, where I live, expected key. So I just need to break out here. Just need to say if, how do I know what type it is? How can I get what type it is? So I'm adding instance, singleton type. Where am I saving type of instance at? Dang it. So what information do I have? I have the ID of the object. Let's look at our JSON. If we have the ID of the object, we can say yeah. I won't break this out for now. I'll have to find another way to do it, but for now what I'm going to do is say add basically it is a global variable, right? Yeah, I'll have to find a better way to do this, but let's duplicate, add singleton var. Okay, and now we don't need to do this where I live thing because it doesn't belong to a room. Okay. That's fine. DS map replaced, or replace. Simply gonna do, what is where I live? Okay, so this is gonna actually be global dot, what is the name of it? System int. It's actually global dot data objects. Dot data objects. Then we're adding the variable to add as the name, variable instance get, var to add, oh, global data objects, which contains a mapping. So that can't be the key. That isn't actually, wait, yeah, it is. Global data objects. Okay, expected key equals, I just need to get the object name. Yeah, I'll just use expected key and I'll say, instead of this, all we have to do is object get name and then id.object index, and that should generate our key. And then we get our data objects thing, and then we replace a specific key in it. Oh, actually we need to get this. So we need to say var yeah, so this needs to go down here actually. So what we're trying to do basically is this room manager actually is going to contain a variable called room here, right? And this is going to be equal to like room, wait, sorry, not equal, room 2, like the last room we left off on. So this is what it's going to look like. And so we have global.dataObjects, which gets me here, right? Right, global data objects. And then when I say give it a key, which should be room manager, it should give me basically everything in here, and then I can use that key. So I need to actually get this part, which I need to use var instance name as key equals global.data objects, and then I get the value of expected, we'll just call this object name. Object name. By the way, I'm using all these underscores and stuff because inside of scripts, when people use this, I don't want them to have a similarly named variable. So I'm trying to make them really unique, so hopefully people don't use this variable in their code, because if you call a script from somewhere, the script has a same variable name as something of where you called it from. It can actually counteract basically those variables act as the same. So I get instance name as key, and this is going to be object name. Okay. And now, wait, sorry. Okay, sorry, I gotta, here we go. Date objects, and then we use this as, oh, this isn't a key. This is actually going to be instance variables. So this is going to be, let's call it variable map. I think I'm using it somewhere else, so I'm going to, var to add is correct, and then we get the ID for that. And let's go to the singleton, or no, let's go to, sorry, the room manager. Let's go try our room thing again. So room as the variable. And let's see if this saves our current room. Oh, yeah, that's correct. What am I freaking out about? Oh, expected key not set before reading it. Room manager, expected key, save system add singleton, var. I'm about to read your comments, I promise. Where I live is not a thing. DS map exists. Or if it doesn't exist, what was I doing here? So I'm checking if a map doesn't exist, and I'm exiting the code before it gets here. So what do I need to check if it exists? I need to check to see if the instance exists. So DS map exists. ID. Oh, this gets the key. Checks it. The name isn't correct, or it's not very good. This actually checks if the key exists. So I'm checking the global data objects structure, and I'm checking to see if this object name exists. Object name exists. And then I can actually replace this down here, so we don't have to recalculate that. Let's see what happens. New game. I need to get rid of these. Okay, let's see if we got some saved data. Room manager, room 10. I don't know if that's correct or not. Let's get the name of the room. Can I store a whole function in the string? I wonder if it'll execute the function. That would be really interesting. So if I were to go to my room manager and actually store room get name, I wonder what the heck this does. Oh, that would not be the right key though. I'm just gonna check it down here. Oh, did it start running again? No, 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 don't run. Give me a break. I accidentally hit run. One second, guys. Yeah, let me check this out real quick, and then I'll... No, 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 I did it again. I literally did it again. Oh my goodness. I'm rushing. I keep hitting play again. Sorry, I have someone texting me at the moment. They want my Discord. My Discord. What is my Discord? Well? New game. Okay, let's try this one more time. Let's not hit enter too many times. There we go. So here we go. Room manager, room getting. Oh yeah, that didn't work at all. Okay, so we can't do that. So how you do it is pretty simple. I just do current room, and then I make a current room variable, right? So I just do current room equals room, and then I do room start. I just do a current room. Wait, what? Oh, yeah, equals room. Thought it was a built-in variable for a second. So that should work just fine. Actually, I think it might have worked just fine before, but I don't think so. Alright, let's see what it saved. Current room equals 1. That's not what I want. It's not updating. It's not updating the instance. Update inst vars. This is not working. Update an instance. This is saved variables. Do I have to call that? Did I make that? No? Golly, I'm lost in my own stuff now. Update an instance's variables. So when I do save room data, what does it do here? Save system, get room map, get all instances in current room. So this is saving. Oh. So I need to save system. Is this calling that? Save system, update instance variables. Where is this getting called from? Oh, here. Save. So I need to duplicate. I need to do save system update singleton vars. Okay. I need to name these better. So that's going to work a bit differently. Basically, I do this same code here. Current instance. So this whole code. Singleton vars. Oh, wait. All right, I gotta answer my text messages. I might actually. Let's see. Gloomy Toad at. Why can't I see my. Oh, streamer mode's on. That's silly. Okay, let me go ahead and read the comments because I'm getting into something that's going to take a little bit now. Okay, so how about saving relation to another instance? How about saving a relation to another instance? A foreign key, is it prepped for that? Especially if this can store and in relationships, that'd be pretty impressive. Saving a relation to another. I said this because you asked. Andy, if you're still around, what do you mean by relation to another instance?
epic album Rumors on Spotify.
The ID of another instance as a variable. Yeah, that does that. Hold on, I'll do that in. Me. Yeah, I'll do that in 1 second. Hold on. Save. Let me go to my save system handler and on destroy. Wait, where do I even save data at? Oh, I'm calling it for my room manager. That's right. Room and save system, save room data, and then I want to save singletons, which is going to act a bit different. So save singletons. Save singletons. And what do I need to do for save singletons? I just need to basically get the map, the global map. So we just do global dot data objects, which gets me this map, or this map. And then now I have a mapping of all the instances. So I could say for each key in this, so I basically say current singleton name equals global data objects. I need to do ds map find first. Global data objects. Yeah, that's it. So it'll find me the first key. Well, first I need to do if ds map size. Does this have an empty? Sweet. If ds map empty global dot data objects. So I need to do if ds empty global data objects. We just do a simple return from the script. Get out of here. Uh-oh. I might have a new, hold on. I think we just bought a house and I'm about to tell my girlfriend. It's a secret. Hey, babe. 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 I have good news. Well, some good news. The seller was okay with 172. 2,000 closing. Huh? Huh? But wants to move the date to the.
Why?
But he was okay with it.
Already asked him.
Okay. Still packed. Anyway, that's good news.
And then what are we gonna do on the 18th, on Monday?
We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. What? I gotta tell Chris and stuff.
Look at all the shit.
Yeah. Okay, so now go relax. Be happy. Can't have it all, you know? Can't have it all. Can't have it all.
I'm sorry? You're not?
Why? Okie dokie. Love you. Okay, let me read your stuff. I said this because you'd asked, yeah, so when this saves, you might need to store the ID of another instance as a variable. Oh, that means you need to save them in the correct order for loading later. You might need to store the ID of another instance as a variable. Why would it need to be in the correct order? I believe you can actually store data structures. You can store a list or a map inside of this, so you can have variables that actually store those, I think. Oh, I don't know. I will handle those, though. It's going to be a really full-featured system, so I'm going to get there. I guess I'm starting out small, but yeah, those are really good scenarios I haven't thought of yet, so appreciate it. All right, hold on. Sorry, this is like StarCraft and stuff. Was there a new patch? What the heck? Okay. All right. I really appreciate you guys sticking around. I'm gonna go ahead and jump off for now, because I'm jumping in a game. So.
Hello?
Hello.
Why aren't you in our thing?
Oh wait, what? Oh, okay.
You called
Yeah,
me
hold on.
directly. Oh,
All right, yeah.
just jump the Kelsey click here button.
All right, yeah. I'm jumping off, guys. Thank you guys for streaming. Sorry, I'm distracted. Yeah, I'll probably try to stream some of this tomorrow as well. So I'm gonna be doing my development. So thank you guys for watching, and yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. And Handy, I appreciate your talking and stuff. I like that. So yeah, come back tomorrow. Give me some more tips. Give me some more handy tips. See you guys later.